for black girl nerds.
Anya, I enjoyed you so much in this. There's such a regality and all of these it's something about the lack of emotion that makes you even more regal and more stately in this role. And as we see Beth get closer and closer to genius, more of that regality comes out. When you step into a role like this, is that in your mind aloofness, regality? How do you approach playing a part like this?
Very interesting. I'm so glad that you connected with her. I really appreciate that. I think I've like stopped trying to self-analyze what process I go through with a character, because there's no other way to describe it to myself other than magic. Like there's just something about when a person is meant for you and when you are meant to tell their story, where choices are made. And it's always terrifying on the first day, because you're like, okay, whatever I've just done, I better like stick to it now for the next 7.5 hours. But yeah, with Beth, I think she sees herself as such an outsider, and she feels so separate. Like she never feels like she's able to communicate the way that she would like to. And that's why she gravitates so much to a chessboard, because she's like, rules, I understand this. Like, I know, I think she says a wonderful thing where she's like, if I get hurt, I only have myself to blame. And I think that aloofness comes with a great intelligence, but also a wariness that she's, been let down by basically everybody in her life as a child.
What's particularly fascinating about a role like this is the fact that she uses drugs and things to aid her progression and open her mind essentially to being a better player. And we don't usually think about that in this type of genius, in music and other art forms, we think about that. How does that add to the layering process of this character, that drug-induced haze, but still maintaining that formality?
It's interesting because, when Beth discovers chess, it's both a wonderful thing because she finds a place in the world that she can inhabit, but she also discovers it in tandem with being given sedatives for the first time. So I think she's constantly in a state of worry. Am I actually brilliant, or am I a conduit for these things? Do these things make me brilliant? And something that I found fascinating about addiction was, and nobody really talks about, is whatever you were using something for, it clearly worked for a period of time. That's why you were using it. What's dangerous about these addictions is when they stop working, your entire life goes off the rails because it's not sustainable. Right. And so understanding that, like, okay, and it was very important for Scott and I that we made sure that each time you see her partaking in substances, it was different and you understood why she was doing it. So maybe she's taking sedatives to study. Maybe she's drinking because she feels too much and she really needs to numb out. Maybe she's drinking as a form of punishment. Maybe, like all of these different reasons, because you realize that what she's doing is running to escape from something. And she thinks that the answer to that problem is at the bottom of the bottle or at the bottom of the bag of pills. It was stunningly interesting to go through that journey with her.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoyed it very, very much. You were wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Have a great day.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.